Welcome to episode 2. This episode is going to be about traits of Asperger's syndrome and dyspraxia. I'm going to split this video into two halves. The first half will be about identifiable traits, so any traits that can be used to help diagnose whether or not you've got autism or dyspraxia or Asperger's syndrome. And the second half is going to be about personality traits. What I'm going to talk about is identifiable traits for Asperger's syndrome and dyspraxia. So I've combined this information with things I found out on the NHS website, as well as my personal experiences. So in children, the common traits include not responding to their name when they're called, not smiling when somebody else smiles at them. Out of those, I'd say upset if they don't like a certain sound or something. Sometimes I can come across, like, I know I'm an adult now, I just forget to smile rather than not smile at them. Like, I don't do it out of rudeness. Some sounds I don't like, but I think that's more like everyone like chalk on blackboards when they used to be used and things like that, really. Repetitive movements, so I do tend to do a lot of the, like, bouncing my leg up and down or fidgeting with something in my hand when I get stressed or anxious. Repeating the same phrases. So I didn't notice this as a child, but when when I've obviously grown up, kind of do tend to say the same things, like, not knowingly, but when I read back, say on a text or something, then I realise I've said the same question like twice or in a slightly different. Another trait, especially in adults, is finding it hard to say out loud. Now, I don't really struggle with that now, but I know it's something I did struggle with for a long time, like whether negative or positive emotions, really. I mean, I know it's hard for anyone to like ask like their girlfriend or their partner and like if they like someone, asking them out, but that's something I definitely do struggle with now. And to do things in a certain order with my Asperger's syndrome, not because, I mean, I can deviate from it. I do, like when I was younger, that it was something that I had to do things in a certain way. But now, especially, I tend to be more flexible. So identifiable traits for dyspraxia include low coordination, balance and movement. Now, I said in the last video that I do struggle walking in a straight line. I do struggle with things such as tying my shoelaces and riding a bike. Never been able to do. I know for a long time, like, I struggled with more basic things. I had to go to like occupational therapy and physical therapy to do simple things like using a knife and fork properly that people take for granted. How you learn new skills and information, that's another trait as well. I didn't realise that this was actually linked to dyspraxia. I was just assumed and was taught that everybody learned in their own certain way. Like, you get kinetic learners, get people who learn visually, people who learn through instructions, things like that. I didn't realise some things, like, I know when I was younger, I used to struggle with buttons a lot. I can do them now, but it took me a long while to learn how to do buttons up properly. Just little fiddly things are things I tend to struggle with dyspraxia. Ability to write and type and hold small objects. Now, I definitely don't have the best handwriting in the world, and I try to type everything as much as I do, just because it makes it easier for me. It makes it easier so people know what I'm trying to say. Holding small objects. I suppose if like really fiddly, like especially when I was younger, when I was trying to play with Lego, that's probably where that mostly came out. Also, another trait that I learnt today was how you function in social situations. Well, I didn't realise that was a part of dyspraxia as well. I always assumed that was a part of the Asperger's syndrome. So, yeah, so in social situations, not so much now, but when I was younger, probably the first time I went to university as well, like, I did struggle socially, like going out drinking and things and going on nights out. Like, that's something that was quite overwhelming and new to me, so I didn't really know how to respond and act. Now I think I'm much better in social situations, and that I'm quite happy to like go down to London on my own, like to see friends and things. Time management skills as well. Like, I think when I was younger, it's something I probably struggled with, but now, like through learning through jobs and things, like, I'm quite good with my organisation and time management skills. So if I need to be somewhere at a certain time, I make sure I'm definitely there with plenty of time. Especially with deadlines as well, like with assignments for university as well, that helped a lot. So it's all about finding the best way you learn, the best way you organise yourself. So the next part of this video is going to be more about personality traits, more than like identifying traits of how you can get it, like conditions and diagnosed for Asperger's syndrome and dyspraxia. So personality traits, now this is more to do with the Asperger's syndrome than dyspraxia, because I don't think there's really much personality things that are associated with dyspraxia. So growing up, and some things I do deal with now is that confidence is a big thing with me. So although I've been told repeatedly that I'm actually quite a confident person, I don't really believe that. I tend to struggle with that and doubt myself and overthink things a lot, which I'm getting better with, and I'm learning more techniques to deal with that. Like, especially making these videos are a big help in like improving my confidence as well. And I found that a lot of things helped me increase my confidence. So living away from home at university the first time, like I know especially someone with Asperger's syndrome or autism, that's a major thing, living alone for the first time. But it definitely helped, and I definitely recommend it, that if you feel confident enough to do so, to live away for your own, whether or not university or not, definitely helps your confidence and become more independent. Like I know silly things like going to the shops on my own, that was really big, and I used to like call my mum up to distract me like while I was going there to help me build my confidence. But within a short while of time, I managed to just go to the shops on my own, didn't need any distractions. If I wanted something, I'd just go and get it. Also, I'd say another thing is that being friends with someone with Asperger's syndrome, like, you might not notice they have it, but from my experience, or at least I tend to be, like personality wise, I tend to be like always friendly, always try to help people out, and try to always be there when they need to be there with someone. Now on the flip side, I know from my experience that I tend to do struggle with, like, I'd say another personality trait that I have is that not linked really to Asperger's and Dyspraxia is telling bad jokes. Now those of you who know me know that I tell a lot of bad jokes, and I know they're not good, but I just tell them because they just make me laugh really, and I just try to like make everybody's life a bit happier. Curiosity, I'd say a big trait of Asperger's syndrome is learning new things and learning new knowledge and skills, and that I just personally like learning a lot of new things. Like, it doesn't have to be on a particular subject. Like, it can be anything from learning a new piece of software to learning how something's built, just anything in general. Like, you just get waves of curiosity really that about how the world works and how like technology is made and things like that. The final trait that I'd say is that someone has with Asperger's syndrome is that they might find it difficult to tell you how they feel. They might not give it away through body language or the way they're acting. So if they're just like really quiet one day, like, just don't be afraid to ask them. Like, they probably, like, I know it definitely helps me when somebody gives me a nudge and asks how I'm doing today, and that I'm sure they'll be more relieved that you've asked them rather than just letting them bottle up all the emotions inside. So last thing to say is thank you for watching the video. I really hope that you enjoyed and learnt some new things about Asperger's syndrome and dyspraxia, and I hope to see you in the next video, and I hope you have a good day or evening. Thank you, bye.